All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Contest of Speed AM2 action. It's a new season and it's a new look for Contest of Speed. We've got some new commentators in the booth joining me this evening. I've got the wonderful commentators from Season 6 AM1. We've got Kitten Petter and Bodhod1. Welcome, fellas.
Hey.
Hello. Nice to be back in the AM2 field again, but with a different role. Yeah, it's nice to be here. Looking forward to this season. It's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, it should be. A little bit different for you guys. You guys were in these drivers' seats last season, but both of you having very dominant performances, taking the championship right down to the wire. Now you have been promoted up into AM1, so here you are joining me in the booth.
I think
definitely,
for these guys.
Yeah, definitely demotion. But I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be good. I think we'll have some good laughs and get some good commentary going this season. We've got
We'll
some.
laugh, okay.
We will, yes. We've got some fresh faces as well driving for us this season. Working down the order, we'll pop over to the Alfa Romeo. We've got D-Crime. He is new this season. But Kitten, I believe you know a little bit more about him than I do. So if you wouldn't mind giving us a little background info on D-Crime.
Yeah, D-Crime is a 17-year-old son of Spanish immigrants from Ottawa. Actually, I don't think he is Spanish. I'm not sure if his parents were immigrants. But yeah, I know him pretty well. I think if I'm making hot tips here, D-Crime would definitely be up there with Andrew in terms of who I think will be challenging for the championship. He hasn't really played much on his PS4. He's been playing a lot on PC, so got a little bit of rust to knock off, but overall expecting a pretty strong season out of him.
Okay, good to know. And joining D-Crime in the Alfa Romeo will be Kaz FSJ. Kaz joined us last season for his first season of Contest of Speed, and he'll be looking to leave his mark once again. Unable to join us this evening by the looks of it, but he might tune in later. So moving on, we've got VTech in the Alfa Romeo, or AlphaTauri, sorry. VTech joined us kind of midway through the season last year, if I remember correctly, and he really stepped up his game, had some strong finishes to finish off the season, and doing some practice with him over the off season has really shown some steady improvement. So I'm looking for VTech to be right up there in the top 10 for sure this season.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
No, absolutely. And his teammate this year is going to be Bam Bam 22X, freshly recruited. Bam Bam's don't know a ton about him. He is an American driver, and he will be right up there with the fastest of them, the likes of D-Crime and Andrew.
Yeah. Bama ain't played no one, Paul. That might be a reference for him to understand.
Absolutely.
I assume he's probably from Alabama. With that name.
I'm assuming as well. So if he watches this back, roll Tide.
Oh, God.
All right, so moving on, we've got the Ferraris of Google Dougal and Andrew's Fresh, both returning from last season. Andrew right up there in the title fight up until the bitter end as well. I believe he finished 4th in the championship. But Andrew and Google Dougal will be in the Ferraris. But joining us for the race... Oh, my bad. Neither of them will be in the Ferraris. Spud will be filling in for Kaz in the Alfa Romeo. We've seen Spud a handful of times last year.
Hey, where's that at? Oh, that's coming out of turn 1.
Oh, shoot. So Young DJ is out of this session. Bodhod.
Yeah, he just been to the right.
Bodhod, would you like to introduce the Haas drivers for us this evening?
Yeah, well, there's only one left in this session, but they are Young DJ and Clayfunk. So Clayfunk moving down from AM1. I expect him to be contending for points in this tier. And it'd be interesting to see what CJ can do. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these guys go. First, second season in contest of speed for a lot of this field, and you see a lot of guys really kind of jump up, find their groove. Season of comfort now. Now's the time to go. So looking forward to seeing what those two can do at the mighty Haas team, which was led by Kit and Petter actually last season. So big shoes to fill, but I'm sure they'll be up for it. Oh, I'm on board with Guru and easily binned it at Cops. That was a save and a half actually. Nice job to Guru there. Speaking of, I'd better actually pull up this grid so I can be well informed of who's driving where.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kinds of fuel loads they're using right now, but 26.7, that's a little bit faster than what I'd expect in pure race pace. So I think those medium runners, Bama 22 and Rogue up at the top, I think those are probably not full race sims.
Yeah, just a half an hour session, so don't have too much time to muck around, I guess.
Yeah, getting a feel for potential quality pace on those medium tires, but I'd be looking for those for around that 30, the 130 mark for race pace more or less. So like
I actually did take a snapshot of qualifying times from last year. See if I can dig that up real quick.
Well, in the meantime, we bringing up the next team. We've got Team McLaren returning for a second stint. We've got Porridge Power currently sitting in the garage, as well as Arkaka, unable to join us this evening. Those of you that are following Contest of Speed will recognize those names and certainly those colors, and nice to see the duo back in the same team for another season.
Yeah, I definitely think Porridge upped his game a lot, probably in the last quarter of last season. A lot of top 5 qualifications from him. Wouldn't rule him out as a possible championship contender in this class. I think a top 5 is definitely attainable for him if he continues that form, but he was one of the drivers that really took a step up as Season 6 rolled on.
Absolutely, I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
He's definitely upped his pace, and a little bit of practice I've been doing with him, he's definitely rapid, so I'd love to see him continue to fight for
Dang, you're practicing with everybody, Burzy.
Yeah. Well, hey, I like to bounce around.
You're getting around.
Gotta get to know the pace of everybody a little bit. Best way to do it is just to practice with everybody, I guess. But there you go. So that's Team McLaren, and Team Mercedes are both here. So we have returning, formerly known as Rogue A-Wing, and now has rebranded himself, looking for a new look. And a new year, new look for Captain Rogue 88. And he will be accompanied with Weo Flu.
Weo Flow?
Weo Flu?
Yeah, we had to do a little bit of research on Weo Flow. He's racing under a flag I've never seen on F1 before. Turns out it is the Guatemalan flag. So, shout out to Guatemala. I apologize on behalf of America for any transgressions we may have done in Central America in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't my idea.
Yes.
Yeah, and that team's looking nice. I think Rogue is definitely going to be in the fight. I think the second kind of half of last season, his quality pace really upped. Got a couple of poles, I think, actually. He can find a bit of consistency in the race, so I reckon he can well and truly up there, fighting for race wins. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Wayo is a mystery for me, but if he's got some half-decent pace, then it could be a Constructors' Champion contender as well. Black Mercedes.
Yeah, might be a good shot. Have to see what Way of Flow does with that. I mean, I've never seen a Guatemalan flag in F1 before, so I'm kind of intrigued by his entire life.
Representing his entire country here.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Contest of Speed. Alrighty, moving on, we have the Racing Point. I was just watching the Racing Point of Grugrex King. He is gingerly getting around the track right
Ooh,
now
no wing.
without a wing. Just getting around left field. So Grugrex King returning to us. I think this is his third season in Contest of Speed, maybe fourth.
He was here for the inaugural season in season 4, so it would be
Yeah.
number 4. Although he did miss a lot of last season due to his own reasons. I think recovering from an injury, being a large part of it. So it's good to see him back on the grid. Was my teammate last season for most of it. So personally, I'm glad to see him back on the grid. But I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. He showed some really good pace in AM season 5. Really stepped up his game there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Early contender for best helmet in AM2 as well. That thing is beautiful.
Just getting a little bit of a shot of it here. And
I think it might.
Nice.
Is it the one that we have, Burzy, that says Neom on the top?
I can't tell. This one looks like it's got more of like a tiger stripe pattern to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks good though.
Yeah, very cool helmet. All right, and his teammate, not in attendance this evening, is Venus Broken 472. Venus, I believe, joined us a little bit towards the end of last season. He filled in.
Yeah, can't say that I know a whole lot about Venus.
Yeah, Venus
I think
joined.
he joined with like
during
5 or 6 laps.
That
races
sounds right.
left.
When we were at Russia, it looks like he joined us in last season, and he was only around for a handful of races, even once he did join. So not much of a sample size to go off of with Venus. So he'll probably be he'll be probably a midfield towards the back of the AM2 pack, if I have to guess. But that's the Racing Point duo. And moving on, we've got Acosta FT in the Red Bull. Currently in the pit lane. Acosta is new to Contest of Speed, so welcome Acosta. Acosta will be teamed up with RJP F1, who's unable to make it, so Pure Blades from the EU side will be joining, filling in for him this evening. Yeah, guys, not a ton of info on Acosta FT, but based on his time trial times he submitted, he should be pretty rapid as well.
Yeah, also nice to see us branching out from just America and Canada. Acosta racing under the Colombian flag. Big fan of Colombia. My favorite driver of all time, Juan Pablo Montoya from Colombia.
There you go. Yes. Yeah, not just North America. We are the Americas tier, so all of the Americas are certainly welcome. Anybody's certainly welcome to join Contest of Speed. Doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah, like Spud. He's from Italy.
Yeah.
I'm not from America either.
Nope. Bud,
Oh,
Bud
what?
from the land down under.
Yes.
All right. Bud, do you want to introduce Renault?
Renault. I'm not actually sure who the second Renault is. I couldn't find my
It's
spreadsheet.
fresh.
That's
Run
all right.
Fresh.
Run Fresh, there you go. That is a strong team then. Very strong team. Run Fresh, he is an early pick from both myself and Al to be a bit of a dark horse in the championship. Showed some really good pace towards the end of last season as well, running fairly regularly in that top 5. So I'm looking to see him possibly fight for some podiums this season in that
Yeah,
Renault.
You got a podium last. I forget where it was. It might have been Zandvoort.
I remember he qualified very well at Zandvoort. I can't remember the race off by heart. But no, he's had some really strong performances as of recent, so he's going to be one to watch.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping close tabs on that. And teammate Motown, fairly new to the tier. He was my teammate for the last couple of races last season, so some really good pace. On his track, I reckon he can definitely win races. Last season was contending in the top 5 pretty regularly, so he'll be another one to watch. And they're probably going to be the favourites than constructors early on the pair of them.
Yeah, I would say
for the points, if not more.
I think that's definitely my favorite for constructors championship. Although Way Out Flow has put in some good times here. I think between them and Mercedes, I think that might be the fight overall. But
I agree.
to be completely honest, I think Motor and Rum are both fairly consistent drivers. I think with essentially the top 5 from AM1 moving out, those guys are going to be well inside the top 5. Maybe not. I'm not sure if either one will contend for the championship from a driver's perspective, but I think that's going to be a lot of podiums, a lot of top 5s for those two over the course of the season.
Yeah, just 11, 12 rounds, so there's a lot of races where pace and time can be found. So possibly a late charge, but I'm liking the look of that Renault outfit. Going to be very strong, I think.
Absolutely. I think it'll be a fun championship to watch, both drivers and constructors. And rounding out the AM2 grid in the Williams, both of them are absent from the practice session, is Sector 7 and Vamu Nubel, I believe is how you say that. So Sector 7, I believe he's a buddy of DK, and he should be a solid midfield contender for the AM2 championship this season. And Vamu Nubel, I can't say I know a ton about him, so he'll be a little bit of a mystery as well once he joins the field.
Yeah, you know what? I like a good mystery, so
yeah.
Looking forward to finding out.
Well, so far we've got some pretty rapid times. Bama set a 25.982 on the softs, so
That's very solid.
Yeah, full time last year was set by someone in this.
Was it you? Was it a 24.6 or 7?
It was me. It was a 24.758. Rogue was P2 with a 24.8 flat. So I would expect Rogue to probably have the best pace in qualifying, but obviously one shot. You never know what's going to happen there.
A couple of corners to cut.
Yep. And if you guys were watching last year, Rogue certainly cut a lot of corners. So I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but that's the beauty of the one-shot qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be anyone, anywhere.
Absolutely. And then with today's format only being a 25% race, it'll be a little bit more of a claw for positions because there'll be less time to make up ground. So I think some guys.
Yeah, balls to the wall is Acosta and Blades just had a little coming together through Stowe. I'm not sure. I think Blades was probably on an in lap and he did not see Acosta coming. But good job from the teammates there. Up to typical Red Bull shenanigans.
Yep, there's always one team, isn't there?
Yeah, you know the Scots and the Colombians. They it's like fire and ice.
Oh, I'm on board with Porridge's left rear tyre, and he's just spun it at turn 1 as well. Lovely camera shot there. Actually, it was a pretty nice camera shot. It's just we always get them in the middle of overtakes.
Motors arriving on scene. Okay, cleared that.
There you go. Nice rejoin there. But yeah, a couple of guys hitting that curb on the inside, spinning it up. Difficult corner actually. You kind of have to get your suspension all right. Because there are a couple of places you can kind of just lose the car. I know Cops you can fairly easily go around. A couple of guys have already. Yeah, I think you mentioned Britain before. It's not the easiest track to go by either, so it's going to make this race a bit more spicy. Just a big slip fest. So much of the track is taken at full throttle.
Yeah, I think it's something like 72% of a lap at Silverstone is full throttle. It's one of the most throttle-dependent circuits in the world. And some of the British contingent might say that it's the best circuit in general in the world. I would highly disagree with that, but
it's not bad. I wouldn't say the best. It's all right.
I think I remember the EU4 broadcasts, and KV and Tish were just going on like soliloquies
Raving.
about how it's Silverstone isn't. Like, no, it's not that great. Come on, it's average, slightly above average.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Riding on board with Whale Flu here. We'll see. And he is able to go fastest with a 25 at 6.79. So, guys, starting to dial in.
25.6. I think it's kind of interesting that Bama 22, big Derrick Henry fan, I'm assuming. He is still on the mediums. I kind of want to see. I'm not sure if he's going to sandbag a little bit here. We have heard that he's pretty quick. But I would like to see what that practice time on softs would be in comparison to Way of Flow, because these softs around here are about 6/10. They're thereabouts quicker than the mediums. So let's see if
Everyone likes sandbagging, but when you get into a race, you're winning it. So that might be representative.
That's true.
I think Motor's taking a trip into the dirt as well. He's missing a chunk of front wing. I think it was turn 1 as well. There are plenty of guys having excursions, doing some probably slightly early celebrations, donuts on the track.
We're mowing the lawn for Silverstone. The economy's tight right now, so it's best to
be
get.
only reason.
Yeah, you might as well do some double duty. Looks like motor just crashed. Not sure if he had a medical emergency behind the cockpit, but he kind of just went straight into that wall.
Weird.
Nice.
Maybe his wheel. Is his motor on a wheel, or is he a pad?
No, I think he's
motor's
on
on pad.
Yeah.
There you go, maybe he's just fallen asleep.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it is 9:30 on the East Coast right now, so you never know. Might be his bedtime.
Smacking the wall at turn 1 is obviously not enough to keep you awake. So, there you go.
So, while we have a little bit of a break here, figured I would give everybody a little bit of a rundown of our Season 7 schedule. So, Week 1, next week, we start off at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. And then Week 2, we head to the Hungaroring in Hungary. And then Week 3, we are on the streets of Monaco. Week 4, we are at Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi. Week 5, we are at Suzuka in Japan. Week 6, we are at the Bahrain circuit in Sakir. Week 7, we are in Bodhod's homeland of Australia.
Beers on me.
Yeah.
After the race, not while you're driving. Just clarify.
Week 8, we're in Austria. Week 9, we're in Spain. And then we round out with Azerbaijan. And then Mexico is the Season 7 finale. So there you have the Season 7 Contest of Speed schedule.
It's an interesting calendar, isn't it? Because there are some real technical tracks in there. Like, you got Hungary, Monaco, Abu Dhabi, and Japan. You can even go Bahrain, 5 in a row there. Some pretty hit and miss tracks with a lot of drivers, I know, but really require a lot of focus and skill for those tracks, so it's going to be an interesting start to the season. Then things start to open up a bit at the end. Some faster flowing tracks, but it's definitely a very interesting calendar.
Yeah, it is. It's going to pose some unique challenges for the drivers, and I think you'll find out which ones have dialed in and put in the practice, obviously, and which ones haven't, as you get to those very technical circuits where a track like Bahrain, there's a lot of time to find.
I mean, Monaco, that early in the season, too. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that it's that early in the season. If we have to race in Monaco, I'd rather it be at the start of the year, as opposed to, like, having championship consequences. Never mind, Clay just lost it, I think, coming out of Maggots and Beckett's.
Cops, yeah.
Cops, yeah, I couldn't tell where it was. Yeah, Cops. Yeah, glad that we can get that out of the way early, but at the same time,
I might message PSN the week before then, PlayStation, Sony, and just ask them to do some maintenance.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be preferred.
Oof. I can arrange that. It's done. Moving on.
We've got a Whale fan in the chat here. Gueldrum92 says Vamos Whale. Yes, Vamos
Ooh.
Whale.
We are speaking Spanish. We need to get a bilingual AM commentator.
Oh.
So yeah, if you're interested in that, I failed my Spanish class in high school, so not
I thought
really
you could
good.
speak everything.
No, I speak Swahili and Japanese and American, but aside from that,
You Australians getting that.
oh yeah, you what, mate?
All you need is yeah, nah, yeah, and mate. You've got it. And you need to open your mouth a lot as well.
Oh, sorry, that was my Meg the Stallion impression. Yeah, I apologize to everyone. I haven't seen any of the comments this entire time. I've been trying to troubleshoot my Twitch app. It just will not start on my phone. So,
Gibbyman underscore in the chat says Chad and Motor after race drinks. Looks like is what he says. There.
give me that
Is he
is
offering you drinks or?
Is that
that
Motor?
is Motor, and
Motor
I'm
is
going to have to
Gibby Man.
decline because Motor is not of legal drinking age. So,
Oh, busted.
Yeah.
Someone gonna ring the cops.
I'm telling your parents, Motor.
Oh, there you go. He's done it now.
This is the final
Your
straw.
toast.
Well, as we wrap up practice here, it looks like the drivers are starting to hop on to the soft tires, starting to prep for quali. D-Crime coming out of the pit lane right now. And Whale Flow has just started a hot lap.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be the first one out of the Gruppetto there in the top 5. I think Spud said that he had a DNF because he had to go to the bathroom. Kind of silly. I mean, whenever I have to go, I just go in my race suit. So, Spud, you might want to invest in that.
Yep.
By the
That's
way,
not for drainage.
yeah. By the way, if anybody has an extra set of pants, it'd be nice. I can't sit down right now. It's very uncomfortable.
Fair enough.
Whale's looking pretty solid here so far in his lap.
Yeah, being tidy. I didn't see the first at the split, but we'll get an indication here of the second.
Yeah.
Takes that pretty. Oh, has to back out of that slightly, but flow's still pretty nice through there. Oh, he's marginally down, so he's going to yeet it around Stowe, I guess. See what he can do. Wide entry, tricky corner. It's hard to hit that apex, but he's done pretty well there. Don't run wide. He's absolutely aced that. That's beautiful. Heavy braking, one of the only real heavy braking zones on the track. Get the car turned. Slightly misses that apex, but that's okay. Open up the last corner, and it is a marginal improvement. 25.6. Half a tenth. So, take any improvement.
Yeah, it looks like Bama's coming around as well. Yep. Or no, he's coming around.
Oh, Blades is off. Looks like Blades is way off near Vale.
Oh,
It's Rogue.
oh, that's a long way off
Yeah.
the corner to be going off. That's interesting there.
Rogue only 25.6.2. That's a 100.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a 100th
Yep.
off.
Oh, that's really close. Good job. Good job to
My
Rogue.
My math's not good.
looks like Merck's well and truly in this championship. That's one of those times. As a constructor.
Yeah, it should be a good title fight if this practice session's anything to go off of. We shall see.
It's one thing to set hot laps, it's another thing to string a race together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daniel crosses the line. That is 25.8. Not sure if he improved. I think maybe marginally. But yeah, P3 for him. I think D-Crime. Entering the third sector, he is about 3/10 up. Oh, he's almost a full second up.
Wow.
So he is
This could be
definitely knocking off the rest.
Together, yeah. I mean, he'll have to find a little bit more time still, but I mean, that last lap may not have been particularly fantastic if he's 8 tenths up. I don't think track resolution is that big around the final corner, what's going to be? It's going to be the top time. It's going to be third by just a tenth. There you go.
Wow.
That's really close up top there. What we like to see.
Not bad
Joel
for Darkus
Granger.
after.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's a Joel Granger in the chat. Hello, boys. Hello to you, sir. Thank you for tuning in.
Loved Joel's very thick accent during the EU2 practice session this afternoon. Very hard for me to understand. I appreciate it.
And Arbar says hello, Spud. Good luck in the race, Mr. Spud.
Monsieur Spud.
He's dropped a couple of kilos now in the bathroom, so should be set to go.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you
Every bit
tuning in,
counts, mate.
let's have
Yeah.
a
I
poll
could probably make an
prediction.
Acosta joke off of that.
Based on the 13 drivers that are in attendance this evening. I think Whale Flu might get the job done for pole here.
Let me know who you think's going to finish 5th, 6th, and 7th. If you're right, I'll give you a Freddo Frog.
What's a Fredo Frog?
I reckon that's... Oh, what's a Freddo Frog? It's like a little chocolate. It's like a little chocolate frog. Is that only Australian?
Yeah, they don't have that here.
No way.
I'm gonna Google
Oh, I thought a Freddo Frog was global.
Fredo Frog.
Nah, absolutely.
Oh, it is
not.
Australian. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Anyway,
I mean,
I'll have
we
to
have,
get
we
you
have
Well,
It's
Yeah,
a little
Cadbury.
chocolate frog, and it's
Aw.
really, really good. I'll ship one over to America if you can guess P5, 6, or 7, or wherever you are in the world. I'll ship one over to you.
sounds like a really
That's
good deal.
disappointing.
Oh, thank you, Joel. I can get the comments now. Joel's trying
Oh.
to do his American
I'm
accent
so sad.
YouTube season. I'll tell you what, they're taking my job.
What's a global chocolate bar?
Joel says he's got Fredos over there in the UK.
Oh, are they Cadbury eggs?
They're Cadbury frogs. It's like a little chocolate bar, but it's in the shape of a frog. Like a cartoon
See, like
frog.
around like Easter, you can get like chocolate Easter bunnies, but
Yeah.
not frogs.
No, Freddo is elite. It's top notch. But yeah, 5, 6, 7. If you can guess that, then I'll definitely ship one over to America. Be like $3 with $120 shipping, probably. But that's okay.
I could use that after the Super Bowl. Any money is okay with me. I'm gonna have to sell my house. Qualifying starting.
I'm not going to bother jumping to see who's top. I'm just going to stay on board with one person, I think.
Yeah, I don't really know how to handle it. It's really difficult to kind of follow.
That's annoying because doesn't the screen kind of like black out when you try and move people? Yeah, it does. Great.
One interesting thing of note here is D-Crime is the only one on mediums. With a small field like this, I think he's pretty confident he can get in the top 10, and that might end up paying pretty big dividends for the race itself. Obviously, the race.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, with the Tyro at Silverstone, he's probably going to be the first on a pit, actually.
Yeah, you might be right.
Because it'd be, what, a 13-lap race? Oh, it's just invalidated, so it'd be something lost anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a 13-lap
Jinx.
race. I reckon you could do 9 laps on the softs. So, yeah.
Well,
There you go.
that's
He's gonna get a massive
going to be.
undercut.
I feel like that's going to be kind of scaled as well, isn't it?
I don't think it's too scaled. Well, I mean, you can do half the race in softs anyway. Like you can do, if you start on mediums, you can pit in like lap 12 and do 15 laps on softs.
I know for 50% races, it's usually lap. I think the pit window is 8 to 10
Oh
on those
my
softs.
goodness, that was a
Wayo.
tight race at the top. Holy smokes.
Yeah, well, sorry, we're just talking over it because
No,
it's kind of hard
that
to follow.
That is alright. I was riding along with Clay Funk until he invalidated, and then I hopped over to Wayo. So Wayo and
Boom, boom, boom.
Acosta neck and neck there.
24 8s.
Wow. Very quick
Nice.
times. And Captain
Yeah,
Rowe,
Wayo.
Alabama.
So that is about exactly a tenth off of pole time in season 6 from Wayo. Definitely 2 newcomers here in the top 2, 3 in the top 4. So well done to the new guys, bringing a little bit of life.
Oh,
How it's done.
Spud in the chat saying he forgot to take the fuel out of his car.
It's alright, sandbagging strategy. It's all right.
Yeah.
Actually, as a reserve, so it doesn't matter. Never mind that. I mean, the reserves can sandbag as well if they want.
Roger Barcraft in the comment says 1 Wayo, 2 Bama, 3 Frederick. D-Crime.
What about 5, 6, 7?
What about 5, 6, 7? I'm going to say 5 motor, 6 pure blades, 7 rogue.
Ooh.
There you go. Well, we've got one from Arbar as well.
I think. Arbar says 5 rogue, 6 motor, 7 Acosta. Ooh, interesting.
Ooh. Arbar, what did the country of Colombia do to you? They do a lot of great stuff.
Don't sleep on Porch Power, guys. I think Porch Power might be in.
Yeah, I think
there.
I'm gonna say. I mean, if I'm doing 1, 2, 3, I would probably do the same exact as Arbar. Then I would say probably Porge in 4th.
Oh, there we go. I am stuck in TV pod even though the game says I'm in broadcast, so hopefully that can
Love to see it.
switches off of there.
Right. Maybe that's just the camera angle you happen to get.
Maybe for the formation lap, yep.
Worth mentioning Gru in 11th and D-Crime in 13th are both on the mediums. Clay in 12th. Electing for the softs, so only 2 taking the alternate strategy here. Maybe they listen to Bod or me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how 25% races play out, just to be honest.
Yeah,
Just to send it first.
Should be a pretty easy soft medium, obviously, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe there's some carnage and we get a safety car and it shakes things up.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Leave safety cars on, or
Everything should be the official rules except for the weather was modified and we did a one-shot 5-lap or 25%er. There you are. Pit window is 7 to 12 off of those softs.
7 to 12. I don't know who's going to be pitting
I don't know.
12 and a 30
I don't think so. You just
GT
pit
Sports
early and
strategy
ride
there.
those mediums. Yeah.
It's like Sergio Perez at Sauber when he'd like take the mediums like 56 laps in the pit on like the final lap of the race. I think this might be a first, Burzy. 2 South Americans on the front row.
Yeah.
South American front row lockout.
And then you got the American
Yes.
row number 2, locked up by the Americans. And I think is Young DJ American or Canadian? Because that could be a Canadian 3rd row. That'd be pretty exciting.
It's a good question. Let's
I'm
for
getting
the sake of it. Let's say.
lights down.
Oh yeah, that's close. There's the reps.
Nice glitch, and away they go. Whale Flow getting a good run. Captain Rogue with an excellent start up to P2. Hot on the heels of his teammate.
Guided so far. What we like to see.
Blades and Bama.
Everyone made it through.
Yeah, with 3 wide. Just about. Oh, someone's round.
VTech
That is
is
VTech
around.
in the carry.
Tough.
I'm not sure if we got a bit of contact. Might have just dropped it. Not too sure. But he'll be right at the back now. Everyone else looks like they've gotten away pretty well. A couple of side-by-sides. Motors going to get P5, or P6, sorry, on Bama.
Yeah, Bama with a pretty tough start there.
Oh, Bama's got wing damage. There you go. So both Avatarians in trouble. Spud goes right around the outside. So Bama's going to have to pit. He'll be able to take manage to the end, but far from ideal.
Yeah, Bama and DJ, pretty big losers there on the first 2 sectors. Both down 4 spots. D-Crime up to P8.
Yeah, good start.
on his teammate Spud. His Italian teammate for the day, Spud.
Looks like Motor is getting a good run on Blades.
I think he's got that.
I think he's got that as well.
Oh, Blade's going to hold it.
Oh, yep. I think
Wow.
Motor gave him a little too much room on the outside.
Yeah. It's tough to stick around the outside, but yeah, Motor playing nice. Don't know about that, mate. Gotta go hard.
Gotta go hard. Go hard or go home.
Absolutely.
Yes, lick the stamp and send it. Blades will get a warning for cutting that. Probably won't want to do that again, I don't think. Yeah, Motor looks pretty racy. As a Decry, I'm already up in P8. He's right behind his teammate of the day. Spud. Everyone's still in DRS from P1 to P8 when that becomes active in a lap.
I think throughout Italian history, you got Spudhead and Leonardo da Vinci are the two main Italians. And I think of is Rogue. Rogue's closing on his teammate. I'm not sure if they know each other. Not sure what the situation with Mayo is. I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean, English wouldn't be his first language. There isn't much communication there, so we could see some shenanigans here if Rogue's able to get a move together. Probably no team orders at Mercedes.
Well, now that Rogue's picked up a 3-second for multiple warnings, I don't know if he'll...
Now he's got to go.
Now he's got to go, so that'll make things even spicier.
Blades also with an early 3-second time penalty there in P5. Motor right on the back of him. Blades is just driving all over the place. White lines, Blades.
Track is optional, looks like.
Yeah, guys, looks like Bama pit for the hard tires there after his wing damage, so interesting call, but I wonder if those mediums would fall off.
Yeah.
In normally race, that's the play, but...
Yeah, I think normally that would be the smart call. If it was 50%, I think mediums probably here. Would be the
Rogue
way to go,
going for a move down the inside of Whale, and gets the job done going into Brooklands.
Is this what would happen if they let George Russell in at Mercedes instead of Bottas?
Oh. Hard to say. Hard to say. Hamilton is very consistent.
Yeah, I don't think it would. Just swapping positions.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center.
That would be kind of cool to see Hamilton in the Williams just to kind of see what he could do. Which wouldn't be much, but oh, Motor going for a move again for on Blades. Going into Still.
Yeah, Motor's completely used that battery.
Oh, and Motor's around.
Yeah, that was going to be close the entire time. Motor might want to go throw on those mediums now. Not sure if he has any wing damage.
Oh, looks okay, the tires are hot.
Yeah. Yeah, a little optimistic. I think Blaze just has a little too much pace there.
Looks like Acosta was able to jump up into P2. Leo dropping back a little bit here. Rogue showing the experience in league racing early, pulling out to a little bit of a lead.
Not entirely surprising. I mean, Rogue was leading here. He qualified second, as we mentioned in practice last season. And he was leading for a little bit. He passed me, broke my front wing, but he did. He was leading for a little bit. He's obviously got a lot of pace at this track in particular. We'll see if Acosta can chase him down. This is a pretty good. It's going to be a pretty good barometer to see what kind of pace Acosta has for this AM2 season. So far, so good, to be honest. He's doing a good job managing his ERS.
Alright.
Yeah, gap from the top four in Pure Blades forming now, and a few others behind. So top four look like they're gone. Porridge just hung on to the top three. Haven't really mentioned yet. So holding his own there, just from DRS, although in saying that he might just drop out this lap. Top three really pulling Acosta, so that's the biggest lap that lap, so might be trying to hunt down Rogue a bit here. No penalty
Whale
yet.
slow 3 seconds for Whale.
Yeah.
I think.
So...
Oh,
Rogue's around.
Oh
I think
shit!
he just
Rogue's
dropped it
around,
himself.
and that collected Whale.
There's some wing damage there as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I think that's
Oh, man,
from Wayo's got
that's-
damage.
Yeah.
And
Rogue lost and Whale
not
hit him.
visually, but perhaps some small damage. No, it doesn't really show up if it's just yellow.
It's tough. Well, here's Porridge in a podium spot. Did he have any podiums last year? Do you guys remember?
He had one podium last year.
Orange.
Yeah, I believe he got on one time.
He might have had
later in
two.
the
He
year.
definitely had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely later in the year there, but he was able to get for sure one. So, way to go to Porridge. Oh, Blade's taking advantage of Whale's wing damage now up to a podium spot P3.
Yeah. Look at D-Crime here, going around the outside. Oh boy.
So Joel Granger in the comments is saying that Blades is on the wheel for the first time, so that's why he's being a little stupid on the track, to use his words. So.
We don't say the S word. You're not stupid, Blades. It's not your fault.
And he just loves the feeling of weaving around, I guess. It's got to be an explanation. But no, good to see him jump across. Currently in P3, which is pretty good, although a little bit of drama. Wayo's picked up 5 seconds as well. Probably the most difficult pit entry, or one of the top 3 most difficult pit entries in the calendar.
It's very inviting. It is very
inviting. Yeah. It's slow and you can't really see the marker to your right there, and it's very, very early as well.
No reason for it to be 37 miles an hour.
Considering how long it is at the front and the back, it's like nice. But anyway,
Well, D-Crime's slowly starting to cut up through the field. Those softs are starting to fall off a little bit, I'd imagine, guys.
Rogue's just dive spot as well, just behind on the DRS, so Rogue back up to P5.
Yeah, if I'm D-Crime, I wouldn't even mess with this. I'd probably go. I'd go straight for the pits this lap. Get onto those softs. Try to undercut on the people who are going to be on the other tire. Blades. Slow run. There through cops.
I'm with you on the pit stop. I reckon you should go now. He's going to get the run though. There's yellows. That is Porridge's round.
Oh no!
Everyone's gone round. A little bit of rust maybe all up and down the field. It's another one.
Boy, I didn't think there was going to be this much action in a 13-car race. See what these two do. D-Crime in the pits. Looks like, is that Porridge? Yeah, Porridge going to have to pit as well. Yeah, I think those softs are going to be pretty good for 6-7 laps here, so you might as well get onto those before the guys on the softs even get off.
Yep, good move.
But all these shenanigans here, giving Acosta a pretty strong lead at the front.
Yeah, 5.5 seconds now. That's pretty sizable. We're only 6 laps in.
Porridge was keeping it around a second and a half before. I'm assuming he spun coming out of cops. Not cops, gosh. Stowe. Oh man, I'm just.
Maggots and Beckett's.
Maggots, Beckett's. Yeah, that's dude. I should have brought up the track map. I'm not
Mate,
in it like I am for an actual race.
Oh, that's a rejoin and a half. Wayo and young DJ have nearly crashed into each other coming out of the pits. DJ moving across the track, but all sorted. I was just going to say, you nailed all your Dutch corners, but can't get Silverstone.
Well, I mean, I always have a little track map handy. But I mean, this time, if it's in the season, if my head's in it, I will get the corners right. Today, it's practice.
Absolutely, practice for all of us.
It's preseason for everyone.
Yep.
Oh, we might have some
On board through here. Oh.
Yeah, grew around the outside of Wayo. And that is, I believe, that is cops.
Yeah, Gru's
That is
helmet
cops.
looks
That is
really
cops.
nice. I'm in the rear shoulder camera for a moment there, and that was a very nice helmet, Gru.
For who?
Gru in the Racing Point.
Oh yeah. Grew definitely best helmet I've seen
Yep.
in AM2. I am a helmet connoisseur. It's a shame about that halo.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to see it sometimes, but Grew definitely leader in the clubhouse out of who we've seen today.
but Clay Funk and VTech into the pits now.
Yeah, I think just about everyone's pit now.
That's gonna put it's gonna
It's at the top two. Yeah.
gonna put Darkest up into P3. So that pit delta around 24 seconds. I think this is
Porridge
gonna
and
play
Broke
into his
duking
hands.
it out going into Brooklyn's.
Yep. More fighting as well behind. There's a few battles still going on.
Yeah. We'll watch that battle in the
Ooh,
DJ
Clay and
as
Gru.
well. Oh, and Gru and
Way
Clay.
over, yeah. They'll go on the other side through the right hand there at the end of the straight. The left and the right. Still going to go side to side. Gru might fancy another go into Cops here. Bama's not too far away either behind, still in those hard tyres. Gru's can go inside. Plenty of space left by the pair of them, and I reckon Bama might be able to capitalise on this. And he does. It's still side by side. Cost a bit of contact. And Bam's in the wall. Bama's in the wall.
Bama. Oh, no. Nick Staben's not gonna like that, Bama.
No.
Wayo's got DJ as well just ahead. So there's plenty happening. I think Acosta's in the pits as well, so it's all happening.
Acosta has pit as Darkest sets the fastest lap. He is currently coming around Abbey, turn 1. He is very, very close to Acosta. I did not think he was going to be that close, but he is within a second and a half. As Crew has retired, and Bama has as well.
Both in the pits. Oh no, Bama's on track. Might need to remind people about that before next week, but both of them done for the race, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame Bama. I think those hard tires were just not the right call in that situation. Ended up really probably destroying any kind of fun he was going to have here today, unfortunately. But obviously, he showed some point. There's some pace in practice. So an opening salvo from him, just a Ferrari-esque move in the pits early on.
Yeah, Kitten Harbour's throwing some shade at you. Kitten, how are you a helmet connoisseur when you use the comic helmet?
Dude, I didn't know that was. I didn't think it said Neom on the top of the helmet. Okay, I thought it was just a cool helmet. You can't see it from the top and the side. You just see it from the front. Yep. But you know what?
Just been done.
But you know what? I spent 2,000 Bitcoin for it, so I'm gonna roll with it.
Oh, spending the big bucks on the important things, mate.
I gotta say, man, 2,000 Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin to spend. I think I only have 30,000.
I don't think I've ever spent a Bitcoin. But yeah.
So you've got
anyway.
How many Bitcoin?
I'm just running budget. Default.
30,000, I think. I don't know.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You can get some nice helmets for 30,000.
I played 5 seasons of the My Team thing when it first came out, so I think that's where it all came from.
Yeah, I got halfway through. I don't even think I got halfway through. I think I got to Spain around 5 or 6, and then decided that I couldn't be bothered.
Me and Lando absolutely killing it with the BAR Honda. I know.
You made BAR, did you? There you go.
Yeah, we made BAR.
How much Busch Light can you get for 30,000 Bitcoin?
I'm not sure what the Bitcoin exchange rate is, but probably not much.
That's fair.
To be perfectly fair, I think it costs $15 for about 30,000 Bitcoin. So actually, you can probably get a 30 rack of Busch Light.
That sounds like an investment. I'll give you my Bitcoin as well, and you can get a bit more.
Yeah, I just have to find someone to take that money and turn it into something that's actually usable, IRL. Maybe the people that make Dogecoin.
Blades is in.
It's
Very late.
Yep.
Oh, is he in? Yeah, he's just coming out of the pits, just behind Porridge. So he'll have some fresh tires at the end. I wonder if he can challenge his top 2. Porridge has been sticking with Brogue pretty well, picking up some handy DRS. I think Motown's on the back of Wayo too. Oh yes, they're very, very close together on track. So Motown's going to have DRS, he's going to use the battery. Wayo's got a lot more battery to defend with though. He's going to send it, that's what I like. He's going to cut the corner though, and yep. Oh well. Anyway, he sent it. That's what that is. They're still side by side. Motown, can he hold it around the outside? Still side by side. This is really good racing. Oh, and there's a Haas who's just behind who's been. That is DJ. I just saw that out of the corner of the screen. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, this has been a bit of day to forget for DJ.
Yeah, Wayo is through, but yeah, so that's 3 retirements now from the race. It's a shame. 2 laps left.
Yeah, that was a big crash.
Yeah, that was big. That was very big. Gee.
Yeah, I was on board with that Motown and whale battle, and all of a sudden, young DJ just goes flying into the wall.
Yeah, not what you'd like to see.
Well, can Porridge get on the podium here? Looking at the penalties, they are tied for 3 seconds, so they'll have to duke it out on track.
Yeah, straight fight. That's what we'd like to see.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, it does look like Acosta is pulling away. Just at the fastest lap on those mediums from D-Crime. I actually thought that maybe D-Crime would have. Kind of assumed he'd have the advantage on those softs, but something in that setup just not allowing those softs to really work for him here.
Costa's showing great pace in mediums. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Bama in the comments says, this track is brutal with space. There's like nowhere to go at the start. Can't wait for the start of the season next week, though. Can't wait either to commentate for Bama. Bama showed a lot of pace here today. Looking forward to it next week. It's Spa.
Alright.
It's going to be a good first race. Spa's a challenge, but it's also a couple of overtaking opportunities. Another very throttle heavy track. It's going to be a fun opener.
Yeah, as long as there's no rain.
Honestly, if it rains, I would be happy with rain. I might actually be able to score some points.
Fair.
As Acosta's here starting that final lap. Definitely doing the homie Juan Montoya proud. I'm sure he's watching with a tear in his eye.
Yeah, good to have some viewers in the stream. I'm sure Montoya is one of them.
Yep. Chilling out from doing whatever Juan Montoya does nowadays. Watching Cos.
Must be, yeah. Still on board with Porridge here. I think Rogue's quick in the places that matter out of the traction zones. Porridge just can't quite get close enough to make a real run. He's got plenty of ARS, but Rogue doesn't. That's where he helps him, but Porridge probably running out of time now, so that looks fairly set. Unless Porridge can get a mighty run. He's actually got an alright run through Max and Beckett's. He's got to dump all his battery now if he wants any chance. He's actually going to be pretty close, I think. He's going to have a run. There we go. So Porridge, he's going to go inside, outside. Oh, they both move a couple of times there. Briefly, but Porridge around the outside into the podium position.
Yeah, that was some hard-nosed stuff as Acosta. Across his heart. D-Crime up from dead last in P2. Well done to Freddy. Porridge is going to hold on for P3. Rogan P4.
Great fight there.
Blades and Spud represent the EU. Well, wait, is Scotland still in the EU? Yeah, well, maybe just Spud. Spud's the only one repping the EU here, but the European tiers showing well.
That's good. Unfortunately, no one wins a Fredo, but oh well.
That was a wild race.
Yeah, it was.
It's
Michael Schumacher. Yeah. I thought it was Juan Montoya.
Wow.
Is Juan Montoya's greatest rival. Michael Schumacher.
Yeah.
Gross. Adrian Newey up there with a big old smile as well. He's happy.
Congratulations to the podium. Only a pre-season race, but it's always good to get a win. Or a top 3. Pretty handy competition in this tier. A few really quick guys, some really close pace for a lot of people. So it's a really kind of nice sneak peek into what's going to be a really interesting season.
Yeah, I'm definitely very, very intrigued after that. Um, kind of went into it. Not gonna lie, kind of thought that you'd be looking at probably Rogue. Obviously, Andrew wasn't here. Maybe Motor. Uh, kind of competing there, and what we got is something completely different. So, yeah, Costa, uh, Wayo Flow, Bama all showed well, but unfortunately for the latter two, Costa came away on top. Looking forward to round one next week.
There you have it, guys. I don't believe we'll be doing a post-race interview.
Yeah, I don't think we do interviews for this.
Yeah, not for this. So, thank you for those of you that have tuned in. You can catch round one action at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. We will be at Spa Francorchamps. Thank you, and have a great night.